SpongeBob eats something rotten. He hallucinates a giant, lovable friend nobody else can see. He gets everyone around him to eat the same thing so they can see the friend too. The friend eats all of them. That's not a drug metaphor. That's the business model Meta was just found guilty of 2 weeks ago. The episode is called Cuddle E Hugs, Season 11, which aired in 2017. In it, SpongeBob eats a rotten Krabby Patty and starts hallucinating a giant hamster named Cuddle E Hugs. Nobody else can see him. The hamster tells SpongeBob to feed pieces of the rotten patty to everyone so they can see him too. SpongeBob does it. Everyone in the Krusty Krab cuddles the hamster. And then the hamster consumes every single one of them. The next morning, everyone blames SpongeBob, not the hamster, SpongeBob. The person who shared the thing that felt good is the one who gets punished. The thing that did the damage walks away. It starts with a rotten Krabby Patty. SpongeBob and Squidward are cleaning the Krusty Krab after hours. SpongeBob finds a moldy, rotten patty on the floor. Squidward tries to throw it away, but SpongeBob stops him. No Krabby Patty should go to waste. He takes a bite, gets immediately sick.
Think I'll save the rest for later.
Runs outside, and that's when Cuddle E Hugs appears. A giant hamster with soft fur, a green bow tie, top hat, and a big smile. He introduces himself as SpongeBob's new best friend. And SpongeBob, being SpongeBob, falls for it completely. They go on bike rides. They have tickle fights in the park. They have a sleepover. Everyone in Bikini Bottom watches SpongeBob playing with thin air and thinks he's lost his mind. From the outside, it looks insane. From the inside, it feels like the best thing that ever happened to you. The gap is where the trap lives. The next morning, Cuddle is gone. SpongeBob wakes up alone and panics. Where did his friend go? He's devastated. So he does the one thing that brought Cuddle back before. He eats more of the rotten patty, feels sick again, and Cuddle reappears. Think about that for a second. The thing making SpongeBob sick is the same thing that brings back the feeling he's chasing. The substance and the comfort are the same object. That's not a kid's cartoon moment. That's the clinical definition of a dependency cycle. SpongeBob tries to introduce Cuddle to his friends, Squidward, Patrick, Sandy. None of them can see the hamster. Sandy tells SpongeBob it's just an imaginary friend. And here's where the episode takes its darkest turn. Cuddle leans in and tells SpongeBob a secret. Nobody else can see him because nobody else is eating the rotten patty. If SpongeBob wants his friends to meet Cuddle, he needs to get them to eat it too. So SpongeBob goes to the Krusty Krab, cuts the rotten patty into tiny pieces, and hands them out to every customer for free. One bite each. That's all it takes. Everyone eats it. Everyone sees Cuddle. Everyone starts cuddling his soft fur. The restaurant fills with joy and warmth and connection. For about 30 seconds. Then Cuddle E Hugs grins, reveals his true nature, and eats every single person in the restaurant. Swallows them whole. The E in his name, it turns out, stands for eat. The thing that felt like love was designed to consume you. It was in the name the whole time. Squidward walks in, sees the entire restaurant full of hallucinating, convulsing people lying on the floor, and says one line, "Back to bed." He turns around and leaves. He's the only person who never took a bite. And the show doesn't reward him for it. It doesn't give him a medal. He just goes home, alone, while everyone else is on the floor. That's the person who deleted Instagram in 2019. Nobody thanks you. Nobody follows you. You just missed the party and the ambulance. The next morning, everyone wakes up furious, but they're not angry at the hamster. They're angry at SpongeBob. Patrick and Sandy tell him to be more careful the next time he makes imaginary friends. The crowd turns on the person who shared the experience, not the thing that consumed them. Now, let me tell you what's just happened in a courtroom in Los Angeles. A 20-year-old woman identified as Kaylee is suing Meta and YouTube. She started using Instagram when she was 9 years old, YouTube at 6. The lawsuit claims the platform's features, infinite scroll, autoplay, beauty filters, push notifications, were deliberately designed to be addictive. Not accidentally addictive, deliberately. Internal Meta documents shown in court revealed that the company set explicit goals to increase daily user time to 40 minutes in 2023, 42 in 2024, 44 in 2025, and 46 in 2026. Those aren't accident numbers. Those are targets. A lawyer showed the court a 2015 email from Zuckerberg himself, setting a goal to increase time spent on the app by 12%. Kaylee testified that Instagram fueled her depression, body dysmorphia, and suicidal thoughts. She was on the platform for over 16 hours in a single day. Her lawyers unspooled a 35-foot collage of hundreds of selfies she's posted as a child. Zuckerberg sat in the courtroom and watched. Mark Zuckerberg testified under oath that Meta doesn't seek to make Instagram addictive. He called it building something with value. When pressed about under 13-year-old users, he admitted there were a meaningful number of people who lie about their age, but insisted the company removes underage users when they find them. Instagram head Adam Mosseri testified that he doesn't believe social media can cause clinical addiction. He prefers the term problematic use. When people spend more time on Instagram than they feel good about, that's not addiction. That's just a personal thing. The platform that set engagement time targets 4 years into the future doesn't believe it's engineering dependency. That's the line they're running with. TikTok and Snapchat settled before the trial started. They paid and walked away. Meta and YouTube were the only ones still fighting. On March 25th, the jury came back. They found Meta and YouTube negligent, deliberately designed to be addictive. The jury awarded $6 million in damages, with Meta carrying 70% of the blame. The day before that, a separate jury in New Mexico ordered Meta to pay $375 million for failing to protect children from predators on Instagram. 2 verdicts, 2 days. Over 1,600 similar lawsuits are still waiting. Lawyers are calling this social media's big tobacco moment. And here's the part that connects it to the episode. The plaintiff's own lawyer, Mark Lanier, compared Meta to a lion stalking gazelles. He called the platform's content a Trojan horse, something that looks wonderful and great on the outside, but takes you over once you let it in. That's Cuddle E Hugs. That's literally the plot. A thing that appears warm, friendly, and lovable. That can only exist if you consume the substance first. That spreads through peer distribution. And that, once everyone has consumed it, reveals its true nature and devours the people who trusted it. One of our last videos, Why SpongeBob's Clickbait Episode is About You, showed how the bait works. This episode shows what happens later. This isn't about the bait. This is about the relationship you form with the thing that's consuming you. SpongeBob doesn't just get hooked. He falls in love with the hook. He names it. He introduces it to his friends. He evangelizes it. He becomes its distributor, and the thing he loves eats him alive. That's the part the Meta trial is exposing. It's not just that Instagram was designed to be addictive. It's that the addiction feels like friendship. It feels like connection. It feels like belonging. It feels like a giant soft hamster that cuddles you and calls you its best friend. You don't fight something that feels like love. You share it. You hand pieces of it to everyone you know. You have to try this app. You have to see what I see. You have to follow this account. Every user becomes a distributor. Every download came from a recommendation. Nobody installs Instagram because of an ad. They install it because someone they trusted handed them a piece of the rotten patty and said it would make them feel good. And the morning after, when the damage is done, nobody blames the platform. They blame the person who shared it. They blame the parents. They blame the kids. Patrick and Sandy don't confront the hamster. They tell SpongeBob to be more careful. The system that consumed them walks away, and the victim gets the lecture. Kaylee started using Instagram at 9. She didn't design the algorithm. She didn't set the engagement targets. She didn't add the beauty filters or the infinite scroll. She just ate what was handed to her. Just like every consumer in the Krusty Krab who took a free sample of the rotten patty and saw something beautiful right before it swallowed them whole. SpongeBob made this episode in 2017, 7 years before Mark Zuckerberg sat in a courtroom and told a jury he was building something with value. 9 years before a 20-year-old woman testified that the thing he built consumed her childhood. And the episode understood something the courtroom is still trying to prove. The most dangerous product isn't the one that hurts you. It's the one that loves you first. Cuddle E hugs. The E stands for eat. It was in the name the whole time. And we all took a bite. Tell me I'm wrong. Drop a comment. If you've ever tried to quit a nap and couldn't, or if you think the hamster is still out there wearing a different name, I want to hear it. Hit like, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one.